Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Flora. This week's question comes from Wendy, and she writes, Dear Flora, I've heard you talk about creating sacred space in some of your lectures and classes, but could you explain it in detail how to do it? Thank you very much for your time and answering my question. I've been following you for years and love this new Q&A segment. Much love, Wendy from Virginia. Well, thank you so much, Wendy. Now, each teacher will describe sacred space and interpret sacred space differently. Now, in my teachings, there are two types of sacred space that I share and explain how to create. So the first is inward and the second is outward. So for inward sacred space, this is created by closing your eyes and settling into your breath and finding your center. Now, when you find your center, the next thing is to allow yourself to move your awareness from your center or your heart space up to your third eye. Once you make that connection of your heart space, which I believe is where our spirit lies and is the seat of our spirit in our physical body, and you allow yourself to connect that space to your third eye, which I believe is the window of our consciousness into our intuition, into really seeing and interpreting the world that we live in from a spiritual sense, not from an ego sense, but from that spiritual Christ consciousness sense. Then once you make that connection from your heart space to your third eye, then one of the things that I recommend that you do is start to envision some place that you can feel 100% safe, or some place that you feel is within you that contains that womb-like energy where you truly do feel like you can relax at a cellular level. Now, this can be a room, this can be a cave, it can be a beach, it can be a forest, anywhere in nature or anywhere that, like I said, you feel that you can truly relax 100%. Now, this is actually part of my most popular meditation CD called Sacred Sanctuary on my website. I actually have a meditation that guides you through this process in creating and looking at and discovering your internal sacred space. Now, the second form of sacred space in my teachings is the outward form of sacred space. Now, this is any sacred or any physical space that you feel 100% safe and 100% relaxed. Now, this could be your bedroom, this could be a meditation room, this could, ideally it should be or could be your entire home or your entire apartment, or in the entire place that you dwell, whether it's just a room or if it's a full-on home. Now, one way that I help people create this type of outward space is to think about a place that you like to go when you're emotional. Now, many times people will gravitate towards their favorite store, whether it's just to do window shopping or whatever. So let's just say that yours is like Pier 1 Imports or something. And one of the things that I would recommend that you do is notice the ambiance. Notice the colors, notice the scents, notice the feel of the store. Okay, so sense, not as in like senses, like your six senses, but the sense, like the smell, the fragrance of the store. Many times what stores will do is pump in fragrances to activate the olfactory in our brain, which many times can trigger spending or greater spending. So now, in noticing the ambiance of the store, the lighting, the feel, the energy, the colors, one of the things that you can do to help bring that feeling of respite is to bring those things into your home to create that outward sacred space. So let's just say that you really gravitate towards stores or places that are deep red. That's one of the things that you can bring into maybe one of the rooms of your home is that deep dark burgundy red, or maybe it's a little bit cooler in that room. One of the things you could do is add a fan or an air conditioner. Maybe it's warmer. You could maybe add a space heater. Maybe there is a bunch of metal. Maybe there's like these metal wall hangings or draperies or something. And so that's something that you could add into that room. And allowing yourself to have fun with it, and it doesn't have to cost a whole lot. Paint is like 20 bucks per gallon, and it completely changes the feel of the room. It can completely change the energetic essence of the room. It's just awesome. But in any case, when you're feeling emotional, when you feel that need to just relax or unplug or get a little bit of that nurturing, notice and pay attention to where you go or what stores you gravitate towards, and look at the ambiance that it's created. Maybe you go for a cup of coffee at your favorite cafe. Look at the ambiance, look at the colors, look at the scenery, look at everything that they have in place, and try to bring that into your own personal space. And that's a really easy way to create a sacred space or a sacred sanctuary in your home, in your apartment, even in just the corner of one of your rooms, if that's all that you can afford to create a sacred space in. But sacred space is so unique to absolutely everyone. So I would encourage you to really sit back and think about what colors and items and things help you to feel that sense of serenity and safety, and to really give you permission to relax fully, and not only relax fully, but relax deeply at that cellular level, okay? So I hope that I've explained this well enough so that you can hopefully create inward and outward sacred space for yourself. Thank you so much for your question, Wendy. If you have a question for this Q&A segment, go ahead and email me your question to flora@florasage.com, and I will be happy to answer it for you. Until next time, bye-bye.